Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the news postcard on TayNinhTV with some last events now private as well as nationwide. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of April the 18th, the Taynan Provincial Party Committee held the 54th conference for the Executive Committee of Provincial Party Committee, chaired by Mr. Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, Secretary Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of Provincial People's Council, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Standing Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee, and Head of the National Assembly Delegation of Taynan Province, and Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, member of the Standing Committee of Provincial Party Committee, acting Chairman of Provincial People's Committee. At the conference, the Provincial Party Committee gave its opinions on the proposal of the project to reorganize the communal-level administrative units in the province. The proposal on the plan to summarize Resolution number 18 and October 25, 2017 of the Central Party Committee on the implementation of the arrangement and merger of provincial and communal-level administrative units and the organization of the two-level local government system. The proposal on the plan to organize the party congresses levels towards the 14th National Conference of the party. Regarding the process on reorganizing communal-level administrative units in the province, based on the review assessment, characteristics of urban development, border security and urban and the socio-economic development orientation, it is expected that after the arrangement, Taynan province will have about 36 communal-level administrative units, a reduction for 61.7%. Speaking at the conference, Secretary Provincial Party Committee, Chairman Provincial People's Council Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng emphasized that the Provincial Party Committee and Executive Committee highly agree with the project on reorganizing communal-level administrative units submitted by Provincial People's Committee Party Committee. Regarding the names of the communal-level administrative units after the rearrangement, it must ensure unity, synchronization, and conformity with the tradition, culture, and history. It must ensure development space, ensure the urbanization, and ensure the national defense and security for the new communes after the rearrangement.
At the meeting of veterans, former youth volunteers and outstanding prisoners of resistance who participated in the fight against the U.S. to save the country held on the morning of April 18, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Standing Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Head of the National Assembly Delegation of Taynan Province, expressed his confidence in the veteran revolutionary veterans, youth volunteers, and prisoners of resistance to continue to promote their roles in the new period. The great victory of spring 1975 will forever be a source of pride and a source of strength to encourage our entire party, people, and army to strive to preserve peace, independence, unity, and sovereignty of the fatherland and to comprehensively develop the country. In the coming time, I suggest that veterans, former youth volunteers, and former resistance prisoners continue to promote the qualities of unconscious soldiers, the revolutionary tradition of loyalty, solidarity, exemplary innovation, perform well their assigned political tasks, always uphold the spirit of solidarity, be the core force in mobilizing the masses, union members, and association members to actively support the party's policies and guidelines, the state policies and laws, contribute to building and protecting the party, protecting the government, and maintaining the socialist regime. Party committees, party organizations, government, and people always remember and deeply appreciate the contributions of veterans, youth volunteers, and people with meritorious services to the revolution and will continue to pay attention to implementing well the policies to care for the life of families, demonstrating the proud tradition of the nation. When drinking water, remember its source.
And on the morning of April 18, Taynan Province organized the two delegations to visit and encourage the parade groups at the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and the national reunification April 30 of 1975, April 30 of 2025. The delegation led by Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Sơn, Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Council, visited the parade and marching groups from Military Region 4, Military Region 5, Military Region 9, Armed Corps 34, Navy, Army ceremonial groups, and bodyguards currently participating in the training in Military Region 7 Military School, Military Region 34 Military School, Vocational School, and battalions under the Army Corps for 34. Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Sơn, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Council, congratulated the companies selected for training to participate in the parade and marching in the ceremony to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and the national reunification, and believed that the companies would continue to promote the spirit of speed and determination to win of the right victory of Spring campaign in 1975 with the highest determination and striving to excellently complete their side tasks, contributing to the success of the ceremony to celebrate the 50th anniversary of liberation of the South and the national reunification.
In recent years, the environmental pollution situation in the whole country in general and TayNinhTV province in particular has become one of the worrying issues, especially in the context of urbanization, industrialization and population growth. Although the province has had many drastic instructions, the reality shows that the monitoring and handling of environmental violations in some places is still lacking in synchronization and determination. To overcome the above situation, the Provincial Peace Committee requested sectors and localities to focus on synchronously implementing many solutions. In particular, the Department of Agriculture and Environment is assigned to reside over the review, inspection, and strict handling of establishments violating environmental laws, step up propaganda, education, and publicize pollution hotspots for people to monitor. The Provincial Police conduct a general inspection and handle organizations and individuals causing pollution, launch a peak campaign to mobilize people to detect and report violations through channels such as VNEID, Sailor, fanpage, and so on. Along with that, departments, localities, and social-political organizations across the province coordinate to conduct inspections, propaganda, supervision, and handle violations.
And to take care of the disabled, the Standing Committee of Association for the Protection of Disabled, the Poor, and the Protection of the Children's Rights in TayNinhTV province organized a meeting combined with the organization of a Chiro Vietnam Dong Market for the disabled on the occasion of the Vietnam Day for Disabled, the Poor, and the Protection of Children's Rights, April 18th. It is an opportunity for the disabled to meet, share, and receive attention to have the motivation to rise up in life. At the program, the organizing committee presented 500 gifts, each worth of 750,000 Vietnam dong to the disabled in difficult circumstances, and also within the framework of the Chiro Dong Market program with 7 booths from about 20 businesses and sponsors. The organizer organized a display of a variety of items such as food, necessities, and supplies, writing conditions for the disabled to have more joy. The unions have cooperated with the Provincial Association, and we've tried to stick together and work together to care for the disabled, ethnic minorities, and lonely elderly people who have better life. Organizing a Chiro Vietnam Dong Market like this not only has the meaning of spreading the joy, supporting the needs of disabled people in difficult circumstances, but also encouraging the disabled to be more confident in life. The Executive Committee of the Association has mobilized all resources from the benefactors, sponsors, and charity groups in TayNinhTV province, and to join hands to support each person has a small gift to share with the ladies and gentlemen who come to receive gifts today. At Polio since I was a child, and I used to work as a tailor. After I joined the club, I became more confident, but back then I was disabled, so I was hesitant. I also hope that the Provincial Association will have more programs in the future, so that disabled people like us can come and meet and exchange to each other, and to have a program disabled women like us have the opportunity to meet each other also. The program took place on the occasion of the Vietnam Disabled People Day, April 18th, and contributing to encouraging the disabled people to constantly strive in the support of the society, to become useful people for their family and society also. And on the morning of April 18th, the People's Public Security Youth Delegation led by Senior Lieutenant Colonel Dong Đức Vũ, member of the Central Youth Union Standing Committee head of the People's Public Security Youth Delegation and the Tenant Youth Delegation led by Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Tùng, Secretary Provincial Youth Union, along with the youth from the southern provinces and cities, offer flowers and incense at the historical sites and read addresses of the People's Public Security sector in Tân Biên District. The delegation visited the following locations: in Hill 82 Murder Cemetery, Cemetery of the Central Security Department of the Southern Revolutionary Base, and the Monument for the National Security Protection, the Victory South of the Central Security Department of the Southern Revolutionary Base, and the Monument to Compre Phạm Hùng and the Central Security Department of the Southern Revolutionary Base. At its destination, the leaders, union members, and the young people respectfully observe a minute of silence and remembering and deeply expressing gratitude for the great contributions of heroes and martyrs, especially the People's Public Security martyrs who heroically sacrificed for the independence and freedom of the fair land. This program is the launching activity of the Youth for National Security campaign program in the Southern region at the Central Security Department of the Southern Revolutionary Base historical site in Tân Lập Commune, Tân Biên District, TayNinhTV Province, organized by the Ministry of Public Security in coordination with the Central Committee of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union from April the 18th to the 20th of 2025. And the road TT784C through Dien Minh Châu District is being operated and expanded on a large scale. When completed, the project will reduce the load on the road TT781 and complete the intra-provincial traffic network and creating favorable conditions for traffic and promoting the socio-economic development.
The project to upgrade and expand road DT7H4C has a total investment of more than 221 billion Vietnam dong. The implementation period is 640 days, starting on December 25, 2024, and is expected to be completed on September 26, 2026. After a period of implementation, the construction progress has reached 10.71%. Construction units are focusing on expanding the road surface on both sides, constructing the roadbed and drainage system along the route. In addition, many subcuts are being straightened, eliminating potential black spots for accidents, contributing to ensuring traffic safety in the future.
And ladies and gentlemen, every Chonam for my traditional New Year, the Cadon Pagoda Rouse located in Thang Dong Hamlet, Thanh Tân Commune of Tân An City are a place with the tamarind flowers. The cluster of pink flowers blooming in the sun are like a New Year greeting and bringing a joyful and warm atmosphere to the local Khmer ethnic people. The clusters of pink flowers blooming in the sun are like a New Year greeting, bringing a joyful and warm atmosphere to the local Khmer people. According to the local people, the tamarind trees in the Cadon Pagoda Rouse have been there for a long time, and over the years, the tree trunks are covered with the moss and the branches spread out to set a corner of the pagoda yard. Every Chonam Thomai New Year, the trees are placed with a cluster of flowers like this and adding to the Asian beauty of the Cadon Pagoda, making it more prominent and poetic. Before the traditional Chonam Thomai New Year, the tamarind tree will automatically shed on its leaves until the New Year, and welcoming the New Year like on the first and the second day, on the tamarind trees will bloom again and lie welcoming a new spring. During the Chonam Thomai festival, the atmosphere in the Cadon Pagoda becomes bustling with vibrant music and the cheers and laughter of the Khmer people when performing the rituals and participating in the traditional folk games of the festival. The tamarind flowers simmering in the sun and wind seems to blend in with the joy of the welcoming the new year with the Khmer ethnic people. The tamarind tree has flowers this season. The flowers are beautiful, and looking back at the tree blooming is like congratulating me on a happy holiday. And with a large canopy, the lush branches and leaves of the tamarind tree also bright the shade. It is a familiar place for the people, especially the children, to gather and have fun, entertain on the festival or weekends. On normal days, the tamarind tree has a large canopy, so it's covered a sample park. So on festival or on Saturdays and Sundays, common students, including the king people, also gather to play a frolic here thanks to the shakes of the tamarind tree, and which creates a very cool atmosphere here. It can be seen that the tamarind trees at the Kadambakota Internet City not only create a landscape but also contribute to creating a unique mark for the culture and spiritual living space of the Khmer ethnic community and the local people. And after a period of sharp decline in export prices, the Vietnamese rice has recovered strongly and is now the most expensive in the world, and there is no surplus supply, creating momentum for prices to increase rapidly in the international market. Traditional customers always have a high and stable demand for the Vietnamese rice. In the first 3 months of the year, the country's rice export reached for 2.3 million tons, earning for nearly 1.21 billion US dollar. And the Philippines is the largest importer of Vietnamese rice, accounting for 2.7% of the total volume and 40.6% of the total rice export turnover of the country, followed by Ivory Coast and China. In the context of the current violent and fiercely competitive rice market, Vietnam needs to continue to improve the quality and diversify rice products to make a difference in the world market. Bình Thuận Hot Air Balloon Festival 2025 has officially begun. On the first day, the festival attracted thousands of visitors to visit and take souvenir photos with the colorful and beautiful hot air balloons and enjoy the bustling, joyful atmosphere.
At this festival, there will be 16 hot air balloons of all colors and sizes performed and displayed, of which 10 hot air balloons will be anchored in place along with ductile streets. In addition, depending on weather conditions, the organizers will arrange additional services for visitors to visit and experience the feeling of flying hot air balloons. The festival takes place from April 18 to 20, starting from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day.
And ladies and gentlemen, about 30 kilometers northeast of Phan Rang Thap Cham City, Stone Park is located on the coast of Núi Chúa National Park in the Núi Chúa World Biosphere Reserve of Vĩnh Hải Commune, Ninh Hải District. This place is emerging as an attractive destination, attracting tourists with an endless love for the wild nature and desire to explore wonders. Stone Park in Núi Chúa National Park covers an area of about 5 hectares, tens of thousands of stone blocks of all sizes, shapes, and colors, formed through a weathering process lasting millions of years. This place is linked to a unique stone collection arranged by nature, simulating the rich imagination of anyone who set foot here. This is the first time my group has become to the Stone Park. From early morning, it was really wonderful. The rocks are very large, beautiful, and have many special shapes compared to many other places I have been to. It also gives me a feeling of being the massive, still very natural and white. And the sea air here is quite fresh, and in the morning I went down early to see the sunrise on the sea, which were very beautiful and clear. And with its majestic landscape, the Stone Park is an ideal place for photographers to compose and young couples to capture beautiful moments of their young, truly impressive photos and films. The Stone Park has a very beautiful landscape with the forest on one side and blue sea on the other, and I often bring guests here to take photos, including foreign guests and guests from other provinces also. Like today, I brought a couple from West here to take a wedding photos, and the unique scenery of the Stone Park is truly a wonderful backdrop for the commemorative photos that mirrors the Mexico natural scenery. The Stone Park is one of the places where the Núi Chúa National Park focuses on exploiting natural tourism resources. The outstanding feature of the Stone Park is the clear expression of the characteristic of the wide, stocky coastal forest area in Núi Chúa National Park, and currently many domestic and international tourists know the Stone Park through its wide and majestic beauty. The Núi Chúa World Biosphere Reserve has a total area of nearly 106,650 hectares, of which the core area is more than 15,750 hectares. According to scientists, this place is considered the only standard model of a unique and characteristic rainforest ecosystem, not only in Vietnam but also in Southeast Asia. The forest ecosystem here is one of the 10 globally important ecological regions with the highest conservation priority of all major habitat types on Earth. And that's all for today, TV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.